Hey everybody, I wanted to try to hydro dip a tumbler and I've never done that before. So I have you in the restroom with me, and so it's a very small space, so you're kind of very close to the bucket. But here's a 5-gallon bucket, and I've watched a few tutorials but I've never done one. But I wrapped the lid with a plastic bag and I screwed it in just to kind of protect the inside. I did coat this with epoxy and glitter, and I coated over the epoxy over the glitter with epoxy. And I've heard mixed messages about the epoxy being too slick of a surface. So I put a flat coat of clear enamel on there. So I have a few different colors. I'm using Colonial Red by Rust-Oleum. And again, I have a very limited knowledge about what to do here, but I figured the restroom would be a better place to practice. So hopefully it's viewable. I also have this aubergine color, also by Rust-Oleum. It's kind of a purple red, like a maroon. From what I've heard, most people spray in the center, but I'm trying to make sure it swirls too, so. I also have ink blue. One of the reasons I did a glitter base is because I wanted to make sure that there was a base, because from what I understand, your spray paint may not completely cover everything. So I figured that way. This is Gloss Purple by Rust-Oleum. Figured if it didn't completely cover it, then we would have some glitter in there. Now, some of my paint is trying to migrate to the side. I'm not really sure why that is. So we may be really glad that we have a glitter base. I also figured, why not some metallic, right? We bought this for a different project. This is a metallic finish in whatever color this is. So, if I can get it open. Might be a lot of metallic, you might regret that. And then I have magenta. I think I overdid it with the metallic. I'll try to break it up a little bit with the other colors. So I'm basically doing all of my purples, reds, and dark blues. I'm not a big fan of Krylon. If I can pick, I'll always use Rust-Oleum, but this is Krylon. And it's plum. Krylon has a few more colors than Rust-Oleum. But it feels like we're going to need to do a few rounds of this, so kind of go back to the same. That kind of took over, huh? I don't know why that got so crunchy looking. That was weird. I hope it's not going to look weird on the cup. It's an experiment. My dog came in here snorting, so I probably should have turned the vent on, but then you won't really be able to hear me. I'll close them out. Feel weird having you all in the bathroom. Seems kind of like a personal moment, huh? The only thing I don't like is that a lot of this is going off to the side. And look, it's doing that weird thing again. It's kind of weird. I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. I brought a stir stick. I wonder if I should stir it. Who knows, right? I come back to the middle. with your paint friends. It seems like it's all just going to the side. Well, this is different. I wasn't really expecting that. So I think this might be a video foul, but I think that we're gonna scoot some of it to the side and start over a little. I think it might have been that I put too much metallic in there. But we're gonna do a little better keeping it in the middle. This is kind of a crafting towel, so I don't know why that's crumbling up like that. That's really weird. I have a bad feeling that it's going to impact our output. And it's not a flat finish, it's satin, so it shouldn't. I should be wearing a mask, so if you do this, wear a painter's mask. I'm not doing that right now, but you should. I don't know if I did this yet or not. Throw a little bit of this shiny stuff in there. I think maybe I'm trying to overdo it. When everything I've seen, people do like a lot. So I'm like, well, that seems like a lot of paint. So that's kind of what I was doing. But I may be going a little buck wild crazy here. We're going to experiment. It's always fun to do a little experimenting. A little more magenta. Who doesn't love that? It's like pretty hot pink. Now, a little more of this plum bad boy in there. It's not as vibrant. A little bit more of this one. This one's a little more vibrant. I was gonna do it on a vase first. But I was like, nah, just go for it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to hurry because it's dinner time. I hope I'm not getting paint everywhere. Feels like it's going up my nose. All right. I feel like this magenta one kind of pulled it all together really well. Pretty sure I have paint in my nose. Okay, I don't feel like I have enough paint. What do y'all think? You think I do? Or you think I'm gonna be like, wishing I had done a little bit more? I feel like a couple of these just don't go in there right. They give us kind of a complicated I want him to come back to the middle. Come back. Oh, I almost tipped over my camera. No bueno. Okay. Throw some blue in the mix. A little more magenta. That one seems to do really nicely. Maybe a little more of this guy. But he makes everybody separate. He divides the friends. these two, they mix up pretty nice. And then even this guy right here, Mr. Copper. All right, I don't know what to expect. So everything I've heard is that you do your best to go in at an angle, and then you twist for maximum coverage. But I feel like, oh wow. I feel like I don't have a very good handle on this. Oh crap. It's floating, y'all. I mean, it's pretty cool. When I stuck it back in there, I feel like we lost something, but you can see where it was really cool. I kind of want to wipe it off and start over. Do you think that's allowed? I think I might do that. Hold on. Well, take two. I know where I went wrong. When I dipped it, I lost control of the handle, and I think that's where things went wrong. But I cleaned it mostly with acetone. I will say it took quite a bit to get it clean. And this time I'm not going to try to go in at such an angle, because I think that's where I lost control of it. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to try to go a little bit more at an angle, but straight down. It's pretty cool. I guess I was expecting a little bit different result. It feels to me like the paint consistency is very gummy. And I don't know if that's because it's on an epoxied surface. I still think it looks cool. But I almost feel like it would look better on like a flat enamel surface. I can't decide if I want to leave it like this or if I want to, I mean, under epoxy those colors will look even prettier, but I can't decide if I want to leave it like this or clean it with acetone. And I'm just trying to pop air bubbles in case y'all are like, what are you doing? Like, it might look really cool under epoxy, but there's parts of it that are really pretty. Like, this is really cool looking. But then there's parts that are really patchy. Like, it feels like this Krylon plum color doesn't hold its pigment very well. I would say of all of the colors, the magenta and the blue seem to swirl the best. And I do think when I used the acetone to clean the paint, it seems to have stripped off my my layer of flat paint. So I kind of like that the oval glitter peeks through. That's really cool looking. But other than that, I'm honestly, all the other ones I've seen have been a lot cooler. So what I'm kind of curious about is if I were to dip this vase I have in there that's got just a flat white enamel on it, what the outcome might be. I'm kind of curious if I should just go and grab it. I'm trying to make sure that this is dry enough. I don't really know how to, this is one thing I did not plan for, is how to get it dry enough to set it down. It's kind of tricky, huh? So, I don't really know how to handle that. What I do think I'm going to do, while I'm thinking about it, is I'm going to hold this, and I think I'm going to try to mess with that base. I flat painted it yesterday. This is like a vase that we have. It has kind of that cracked finish, so that might look even stranger. I'm trying to use the colors that seem to hold their own a little bit. You can hear background noise. The TV's on in the other room. I'm not making all those noises. I do think that, I can't figure out if that color swirled right here or if it made that weird flat looking color, because it seems to crackle in a very strange way. I think I need to not use it. I keep putting it in there anyway. I kind of want to put the stick in there and stir all that around a little bit, but I'm not sure. Not really. This purple seems to do a lot better. It's weird how you can get a spray paint with one finish and use multiples with the same finish and get a very different result from one color to the next. It's really strange to me. Also, you can do this with marble paints. I think Marabou makes them. I just don't have any, so I'm using spray paint. So I'm gonna go get the vase. I'm gonna pause you guys again and see. I don't really know if I have enough paint in here though. That's part of the problem, because this kind of makes it look like I don't. And the base is big, so let's hit it a couple times. And I bought all of this spray paint to try this, so I'm gonna be mad if it doesn't work, to be perfectly honest with you. I think the copper will look cool on the base. That's why I'm kind of overdoing it a little bit. I really hope that this is not getting everywhere in here. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the vase, and I figure we'll give it a shot. Oh, I already have this mess already out here. The only bad thing is I don't have a very good grip on it, and I don't really know any way to get a good grip on it without touching it with both hands. Oh, and it's in my sleeve. Okay. I will say that the result for this one, not on a glitter base or epoxy, is way better. So it seems like a lot of the feedback that people have given is absolutely right about it working a lot better on a matte base. I mean, the result of that is way different. There are a lot of air bubbles. I heard that canned air works really well in this, but you know, you hit this with a couple coats of resin and it won't be bad. Just trying to pop the air bubbles. This does have a semi-porous surface because it was a cracked vase before. We didn't get as great of a result on the top because I lost grip of the vase, but still, like, this is way, way better than the outcome on the tumbler. This one spot is really lumpy. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I'm not going to worry too much because, again, I'm going to put it under epoxy, but it'd be great if I could get it to mellow out a little bit, so I'm just going to touch it with my finger. Now, normally I get a pretty thin layer of epoxy to seal my vases with, but I can see that this is probably going to need a couple of layers because of the air bubbles. If I wasn't holding on to it, I think I would hit it with a hair dryer, but this part right here, even just that part, is very raised. Sorry about all the blowing noise. But if that's the worst that comes out of that, is that little glom of paint. I don't even know if you can see what I'm showing you. Yeah, I think you can. If that's the worst that comes out of it, epoxy will fix that. So, in the grand scheme of things, this vase was not really actively being used. So, I flat coated it with a primer, a 2-in-1 Rust-Oleum. It's the same kind as that, only it's flat paint instead of satin, and it's white. I use it for my tumblers and all that as a primer. I mean, this is beautiful now. It was just regular old Vase before, so. So I think that if I'm gonna hydro dip them, I'm probably gonna hydro dip them this way instead of over epoxy. Now, I have heard from one person that a lot of people who do a glitter base dip them with just the glitter base with no epoxy on top, and I have seen a tutorial where that was successful and worked well. I just struggle with how well a glitter base is sealed. Look at the bottom. I just struggle with how well a glitter base is sealed when you go and dip it in the water. And I guess it dries out, right? But now the tricky part is going to be to get it on this stand. I can't show that to you guys without making it trickier. But anyway, I hope this was a fun adventure for you to go on with me. I know that I should edit out the fails when they go wrong, but I don't, because I learn a lot from the live mishaps that happen when people don't edit those things out, and it helps me learn a lot. My husband built me these cool stands, and so it has like a piece of a metal pipe, and sometimes when something's still wet I can slide it in that way. But I think this is beautiful. This is way better than the tumbler. So I don't know if the tumbler will remain that way or if I will acetone it or strip it, or I mean, honestly, I liked the opal glitter base better than the way it turned out, but you learn, right? I might even add some micas on top of it and just make it a demo, who knows. But I think if I were to do a tumbler with a flat white base and it turned out like that, that would be really cool. Anyway, when you're done, you can scoop your paint to the side of your bucket, and if you're going to do another dip, it will kind of congregate on the side of your bucket. The only time that you'd really have to change it is if you were doing something really different. Now see, look at this. Look at this clumpy, crazy stuff. That's what's happening to the side of the vase. Look at that. What are we supposed to do with that? No wonder we have clumps. I don't know if that was the Krylon. I think that's the Krylon. The plum color. It's a really pretty color, but if it does this, that's gross. So, another reason why I like Rust-Oleum a little bit better. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. I'd love to know what you thought about it. Love your feedback. Again, I hope you can appreciate my desire to be real with you guys. And don't mind me cleaning up the bucket. Have a great day. Take care.